If you're somebody, anywhere, anyone who wants to build real wealth, you should hate banks. Now, I'm not going to tell you the same thing that people say on TikTok and the conspiracy theories. This is someone who manages hundreds of millions of dollars for hundreds of clients. And I'm going to tell you exactly why I think you should hate banks. And it all starts with this one fact that they take your money, they loan it out to somebody else who pays them interest, and then they pay you less than what they made, keeping your money that you gave them to lend for their own profit. I hate that. And you hear me say that, and you're probably thinking, well, what does that mean to me? So let me explain it this way. Let's say that you have $100,000 and you go put it in XYZ Bank. You put it in there, they're going to pay you a minuscule little interest rate in their savings account, but it's safe, right? It's not going to go anywhere, and it's going to be there. And they're going to take that 100,000. It's not just going to sit in like your account, like you have this little box they put it in. They're going to take your money that's nice and safe. They're going to go loan it to somebody else. They're going to give Johnny over here a $100,000 loan, charge him 6% interest on that loan, maybe even 10. And they're going to pay you what? 1% interest on that 100,000 that you gave him. And they're going to make 6. So that's 5% that you're going to miss out on, that they're taking your safe money and they're being risky with it. Doesn't make sense to me. And if you didn't know, banks are like the ultimate middleman. So this 100,000 that I put in this bank account, people put it there because it has FDIC, Federal Depository Insurance Company. And so it's protected. The 100,000, it's not going to go anywhere. For a single person, it's up to 250,000. If you're married, it's up to 500,000. But what people don't realize is what's actually backing FDIC is the US Treasury. The US Treasury backs up FDIC, and I could cut out the middleman if I wanted to. I could go directly to the Treasury and buy 1 month, 2 month, 3 month Treasury notes. The same things that are backing my savings account where I'm getting like 1%, I could go straight to the Treasury and get paid almost twice as much. So that's why the bank is like the ultimate middleman. They're taking your money. It's backed by the Treasury. You could just go directly to the Treasury and have a higher return and cut out the middleman completely. Now, going and buying Treasuries is just one alternative. There's other alternatives that you could use. For instance, you could go buy physical gold, which is going to be pretty much just as safe as having that savings account. Maybe not as liquid, but still pretty liquid. But it's an alternative to putting money in the bank for that ultimate middleman to just go and make money off of you. Now, those two alternatives were more apples to apples. Now, I want to use one that's apples to oranges. Should you really have $100,000 sitting in that bank account? Your banker's probably never going to tell you that you shouldn't have $100,000 sitting in your bank account. But someone like me is, because if you're like most of my clients who have dreams and goals, want to retire at one day, want to have a nice house, want to have a nice family, you can't just put your money into a savings account, get that 1%, hope everything works out. It's not how the world works anymore. We're not getting pensions. Social Security is falling apart. So what you really need to do is you need to take that 100,000 you're putting into a savings account. You need to go and invest it and take that 100,000 and turn it into 200, 300, 400,000. Now, a lot of you are probably thinking, well, going from putting $100,000 into a savings account to going and buying Tesla, those are way too different, Stephen. And what I want people to understand is you don't have to go 0 to 60. What you could do is you could take that $100,000 and you could go buy an ETF, which is an exchange traded fund that is conservative or low aggressive, which is still more aggressive than having it in the bank account. Not as aggressive as buying Tesla, but somewhere in between. And you can go and make more money than what you would sitting just in that bank account. And that's something that you can do on your own and not have to hire a financial advisor like me. You could go and find a conservative ETF and invest in that on your own. You don't have to hire a financial advisor to do that. All right, now to get back on topic, hating banks. If you're the type of person who wants to have things really easy, you don't care if your money grows or not, you want the safety and ease of putting your money in a bank account, you can go ahead and do that. But if you're someone who always wants better, someone who wants to make sure that your money is doing the best that it possibly can, I'm talking to you, because having a middleman that has his hands in your money is not the best place to be. Going and doing things on your own and making good financial decisions is going to allow you to increase those returns over the piddly ones you're going to get inside a bank account. And ultimately, that's what led me to build this channel, was because there's a lot of people out there from big companies that are giving advice that I don't think is going to help the average person get ahead. It's going to continue to tell them, put your money in a bank account, get that little bit of interest that they're going to give you, but it's not going to let you get ahead. So I built this channel to help people like you to figure out ways to grow your wealth, build your wealth, and create generational wealth. So if that sounds like you, like and subscribe. And after that, I'll see you on the next one.